So I got a bit of a math trick, and this is one way to do numbers in your head, but I recommend that everybody is recommend that you try different things out, right? Whatever's quickest, I recommend that you do it. You know, the Chris Chross method, if you go from left to right, might be the quickest if you can do it in your head. But I just had this new idea. So basically, let's say if you wanted, and this is the Chris Chross method again, but this is just sort of a different way of doing it, in a way that might be a little bit more mentally efficient, because there's not a huge amount of things, you know, you got to keep in your head. But let's just say you had something like 46 and you had to multiply that by 23, right? So you got 4 times 3. We're going to do the crisscross first. You got 4 times 3 is 12, and 6 times 2 is also 12. So you're going to keep that 24 right there in your head. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do 4 times 8. You already know 2 plus 8 is 10. So you're going to bring down the 10. And you also know that you have 6, and you're going to multiply that by 3. 1 plus the 4 is 5. So you write the 5 down, then you bring the 8 down, and you get your answer of 1,058. Pretty neat, huh? That's one way you could do it. Let's try another one. Let's do 92 and 37. Seems pretty complicated, you know. But what you could do is you got 3 times 2, which is 6. And then you got 9 times 7, which is 63. If you add that up, you have 69. Okay. Then what you do is you basically you keep the 69 there in your head, and then you do 9 times 3, right? 9 times 3 is going to be 27. So you already know that your first answer is going to be 3, because 6 plus 7 equals 13, right? And 1 plus 2 is 3. So you got that in your head. Now you take 7 times 2. Okay, and you're going to add that to the 9. So that's 14. And you're going to add that to the 9 of 69. And that's going to give you 10. So you add that 1 to the 7 and the 6, which equaled 13. You know, 13 plus 1 is 14. That's your answer, 3,440. Or I mean 3,404. And this works pretty easily once you really get the hang of it. And I'm no super you know, I'm not super quick-witted like Scott Flansburgh is. I want to become that way, but I'm starting out kind of simple, you know. Very humble beginning, and nothing super advanced at the moment. But you see, you got 6 times, or you got 3 times 2, which is 6, and then you got 5 times 9, which is 45, right? 6 plus 45, 51. Then you got 5 times 2 is 10. 10 plus, you know, plus the 5 is 15. And you got 1, and so you got 3 times 2. I mean 9 times 3 which is 27. And you add that to the one you already have. That gives you your answer of 1,537. You know, and this does work. You know, it takes some getting used to, but you know, I'm starting to kind of get used to it a little bit. You know, you got to learn how to add in your head, and it's not easy to always do if you're sort of a newbie, you know. And I kind of am a newbie. I'm kind of new to this whole thing. I've been doing things for a while, but you know, my brain's just starting to really catch on. My brain's really just starting to catch on to some of this stuff. So you could do 42 times 18. That one's not too hard. You could do 33 times 45. That's pretty easy. And you can do, let's do a real easy one. 12 times 21. There you go. You can do those. See if you can get it. Pause the video. And if you're done, you know. Alright, time's up. So let's see what we got. We got 2 times 1 is 2. Then you got 4 times 8. 32 plus 2, 34. 4 times 1. Okay, that's 4. Plus 3 is 7. Then you got 8 times 2, which is 16. 16 plus the 40, right? We got it in our head. 56. Okay. Now, you know, we could check the calculator, make sure that's right. You know, I'm a little slow. I'm trying to get faster at this, you know. There you go. It's the correct answer. Now you got 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 15, 27. Keep 27 in your head. And you got 12. And the 2, right? 2 plus 2 equals 4. And remember, you got 27 in your head, so you got 5 times 3. That's 15. And so you add that, and that's your answer. I'll check the calculator, make sure I did that right, because yeah, I'm sort of a pioneer here. I got it wrong. I was supposed to remember that I had the 5 in my head, but that's unfortunate. But I got that right, but I just kind of made a gaffe there. Just gonna have to forgive that. So we got 2 times 2, which is 4, plus 1, that's 5. So keep 5 in your head. And then you got 2 times 1, is 2. So bring down to 2. Then you got 5, bring down to 5. Then 2 times 1 is 2, bring down to 2. There's your answer, 252. So I kind of sort of got that wrong, but I did get the right answer. I think the reason I did 17 was because I didn't I still had 27 in my head, and plus I'm talking on top of it. Talking on top of it makes it hard to do, but my mind's getting a little better, and this is something you can do anywhere. You know, you can do this with anything, any number. You can do this, and it's very fast and efficient. And you know, if you get used to doing it, you know, people might think you're a genius, but it's a simple technique, and if you really get good at it, you could probably multiply numbers like Scott Flansburgh. But it takes time, and of course you could do it with 3 digits too. That of course would be a little bit more complicated, and you might want to do that a little differently, and you're just going to have to practice the Chris Chross method, you know, taught by the Tech Math channel, until you can get that in your head good. But this was something really nice for beginners, to be able to, you know, just multiply any 2-digit number in their head as fast as possible.